joining me again for another Pixie Talks review vlog.
Pixie Talks, reviews and vlogs at Pixie Talks.
Are you guys ready for some pirating? I'm not really sure how this film managed to slip my radar. I was pretty excited about it when the trailer aired, but then somehow I just forgot about it and never actually heard when it came out. Oops. Anyways, this is a very slick, very beautiful anime film based on a classic juggernaut of the genre, space pirate Captain Harlock. To give you some background on this little movie, let's talk about the Leijiverse. Leiji Matsumoto is a pretty well-known and prolific anime director and manga artist. He's responsible for a whole slew of classic sci-fi anime. His work includes such titles as Galaxy Express 999, Queen Millennia, Maytale Legend, even the Daft Punk movie.
One more time.
And of course, the classics concerning Captain Harlock and his pirate ship, the Arcadia. A lot of his operatic space epics all take place in the same canon, so some have dubbed the whole the Leijiverse. This film is a remake of the great space pirate Captain Harlock, a romantic and tragic figure who has had a few different backstories in his various series. I was super excited when I saw the trailer because I've always wanted to get into Captain Harlock and the rest of the Leijiverse. But it's a massive slew of anime to get through, and to be honest, a somewhat intimidating body of work. It's like trying to jump into the Gundam franchise. Yikes. So we come to this film, which presents Captain Harlock as a sort of legendary and almost godlike figure in the midst of a universe thrown into political upheaval. The main character Logan is thrust into the conflicts between Harlock's band of renegades and the governing Gaia Corporation as differing ideals clash and the right of humanity to return to their home planet Earth hangs in the balance. Now, it's really easy to see where this film's strengths and weaknesses lie. And I'm just going to come right out and say it. The plot and the writing for this movie is just ludicrously all over the map. Plot-wise, this movie is a steaming hot mess. So filled with plot holes and little details that just don't fit right together, and characters with motivations that don't really make a lot of sense. Not to mention an odd finale that seemed lifted right out of Firefly, but with less coherency.
I aim to misbehave.
I can't in good conscience call this a good movie. Is it a fun movie? Well, yeah. But is it actually a well-told story? Not so much. However, although the plot does fail utterly at holding this narrative together, it isn't for lack of pretty darn good character development and interaction. This is inherently a tragedy, and every single character in it is woefully Shakespearean. It may be laying it on a little thick, to be sure, but it does succeed in conveying a lot of complex human emotions. But it's pretty clear what the big focus was in the production of this film. It's the visuals! This movie has the highest production budget that Toei Animation has ever thrown at a project before. So you know that they went into this hoping to make a big blockbuster spectacle. So did the visuals pan out for them? Is it every bit as gorgeous as CGI based off of Matsumoto's signature style should be? Well, yes and no. I am a really huge fan of Matsumoto's art style. One of the reasons I've always wanted to get into his work is because his artwork is so hauntingly beautiful and mesmerizing. And I think they really did a great job of adapting it to CGI. It looks absolutely gorgeous. I think the issue with it is less in the rendered images themselves and more in the animation, the characters' movements. They still haven't made it out of the uncanny valley, and that's a real shame. While it looks really pretty, it still feels like plastic instead of natural. I'm gonna be honest here, despite the fun and the epic badassness inherent to the character of Harlock, this movie was a bit of a letdown for me. It's not without any merits, to be sure, and I think that you can absolutely have an enjoyable time watching it. It's just that I was hoping for something a little bit more from it. In the end, I gotta say that this film is all style with no substance. And that was what I had to say about Space Pirate Captain Harlock. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please be sure to subscribe for more, and you can add me on Facebook and Twitter. And with that, I will see you next week. Bye!